just want to get up, basically be like, trying to think of how to say this in RP.
Ah,
Okay, got it. Got what I'm gonna say. Also, I want to cast Thaumaturgy
All right.
because I'm gonna use the booming voice and Fireplay.
All right.
Wait, can I use Fireplay on Burning Hands? Can I cast those two spells together?
Burning Hands is an attack.
Okay, so I can't create fire in my hand.
I will say that you can use the little spark that he used to like light the end of his wooden staff on fire.
Okay, then I'm gonna change what I say then. Okay, I got what I'm gonna say.
All right.
As he makes the spark and be like with the Thaumaturgy, gonna be and just like he whatever his name is, I don't know his name.
No, he
The
never
new
told you
god
his
you're
name.
talking about. No, no,
You're talking
no,
about
no, the god's
Sifithrax?
name. Yeah,
Yeah.
and just as Sibithrax remelts everything, I'm gonna cast the fireplay and create the fire. Sono gives him that fire and like kind of like drag the fire around towards the bottom of his staff, like with my booming voice.
Are you trying to like intimidate him or something?
Not intimidate, but
Also, you say Solo Noodle gave him that fire. He did
mhm.
not. He had that fire.
I mean, like
He
Sono is fire, right? Like
No, she is the god of the air. She is the god of the air. She is the god of like freedom and like that kind of stuff. She is the god of the greater good, freedom, and the air. She is the air. Like Sifithrax is a giant dragon who melts
okay,
shit away and is known as the kiln, which a kiln is where you put steel in to make it red hot and shapeable. He is the ancient of fire.
okay. Well
I
then,
had
I guess I
stated that
redraw my
already,
thing.
sir.
I thought Sono was like Sono was also a fire god too.
I mean, she can use fire to a degree, just like all other gods are extremely powerful casters and
Yeah,
have their own form of like different things.
but her fire is more like a radiant fire.
Yeah, exactly. It's not a burning
Okay,
fire, it is a radiant fire.
right. Okay. Well then, yeah, I have to I'll withdraw all of mine. So it's broken havoc. We were completely wrong.
All right. So he sort of sits back down. What do you want to do, Squirrel?
how do you spell Tar-
What?
Cephalus? That god they're talking about. How do you spell that?
Sifithrax? It's S. I think it's SY is what I put. Hold on. No, it's S. Okay, yeah, it's Siphutrax. Sifithrax.
So is he like sat back down now and chilled?
Yeah, he's like chilled out. He's like, that's just what one of the prophecies say. Of course, um, the great dragon in the sky will come and reset all that needs to be reset.
Hmm.
Aye. Bad, won't you?
What? You keep cutting out. You need to make sure your controller's close to your face, sir.
Should I just put my headset on and see
Yeah.
if that helps?
If you
At
wish.
this point, yeah.
That's over there.
I mean, you could also just keep your controller close to you. Don't be away from your controller. Keep it like close to your face.
But knowing him, he's standing up right now.
I'm not, actually.
Hmm. Shocker.
All right, is this better?
Yes.
Yeah, I can actually hear you now.
Okay.
Just like I'm pretty sure Wolf over there snoring.
What did you say, sir?
I hear them like talk about this resetting thing, and I could kind of just like roll my eyes at them and be like, "Oh, yeah," and I'm sure you'll be spared then, won't you?
But of course, we are devout followers of Sibethrax. We worship him. We are his creations. Do you not see our elegant forms?
As he like gestures to his face.
We were made in his image,
Yeah,
just
Steely's
as your
makes it
friend
look
here
like.
was made in Miko's image.
Mm,
I look over at Cullen. Oh, is that
so
so?
what?
I look over at Cullen. Is that so? Made in a god's image, you fluffy little thing.
Well, of course, Miko is the goddess of all of his kind.
I'm just gonna show my hands. Okay.
You don't need to be jealous just because you and the driver won't be spared that fate. Most likely, anyways.
Fortunately for me, I love the water. I'll be fine.
Well, water can be burned away. With the hardest of fires.
A hot fire there. Burn water away.
You're alright, you strange lot. Never
Well,
met none of your kind before.
we are kobolds. We come from the far western kingdom.
And I'm trying to remember the name of it.
Just home popsicles.
Where is my shit?
Skittle flavor too. Yeah. Green apple. Wait, I can do that.
Whatever, the name's not important right now.
Uh, I also want to kind of look him over and ask him, fellas wouldn't happen to have any spare coin you could give a brave adventure party, would you?
They all three open their cloaks at the same time, and you see that they are naked. They do not have any genitalia showing, as they are reptile people, but they are naked, save for the cloaks.
No! We do not carry any gold on us. We live off the land that he provided to us. We just keep these cloaks to make sure we don't get wet when it rains.
So
I
what is y'all
definitely didn't need
plans
that.
in the port?
What?
What do you plan to do in the forest?
Oh, we are just spreading the word. We are traveling from town to town. But for now, we are just sort of communing, going on a spiritual journey, and enjoying ourselves for the moment. But this forest is a sacred part of our religion. This whole forest
As he gestures around,
was once a great dragon. It has been millennium since its death, and it has turned into this massive forest.
And as he gestures out, you see that there are massive trees in the distance, much taller than some of the rest. And many of the trees at this point have begun to get like small purple tinges to some of their leaves, and the trees themselves have gotten a lot more of a redwood style hue to them, and went from, instead of like an oaky brown. And he just says,
Was once the first great green dragon. The first of its kind, the most powerful one that I've ever imagined and ever heard of, but not the biggest. But still, a massive dragon nonetheless, miles long, and its corpse created this forest. It was killed during the Divide, and its death brought new life. For that is what Sifithrax is about. Life after death, the resetting of one thing to create a birth of another. It is beautiful, isn't it?
I guess I could see why you would think that.
Well, I mean, look at this forest. It has given life to so many things. So many things live within this forest. It's an uncountable amount. The forest itself is an alive ecosystem of interconnecting vegetation, fungi, and flora, and fauna, and everything. It's beautiful. And it came from the death of something much larger than everything that it made.
Whoa there, Skilly. Calm down.
Well, sorry, I know, I get a bit excited when I talk about it. It's so inspiring. These things that he can do. It's beautiful. Life after death. And not just the life of that died, but the life that comes from its death. It is beautiful. We all worship our life as much as our death, because that is what Sifithrax, that is what he says we should do. Acknowledge life and death as a part of a cycle. Death, a necessary part of life, to allow for more glorious things to come after. For one of my friends here is actually coming here on a death walk. His last walk. To join this forest. It was his wish to join the great green dragon in its skeleton. It is a journey. We are a nomadic people, most of our kind, worshipping Sifithrax wherever we go, spreading his word. And when we are done walking, the youngest of our kind, me, lead the eldest, him, on a death march. I lead as he tells me great tales that he has experienced. But sadly, all of his tales have been told, and we are reaching the end of our journey. He will find a piece of the skeleton to rejoin, and there he will lay until he dies. Eventually joining the skeleton with his own bones, feeding the life around it with his nourishment, as we can all hope to achieve such a glorious rest.
Right. So you're just gonna leave your friend to die in the woods?
No, of course not. We will accompany him while he dies.
Now his stuff.
Well, no, he doesn't have any things. We do not carry things, not unless we absolutely need them, and at the moment we do not carry any things because we are on a death march. We have a singular goal is to watch this man die, and him to tell us things as he dies.
What am I hearing right now? Oh my god. How complicated is the religion?
It's pretty simple, babe.
I know it's simple. How many times do you have to repeat it?
He will tell us the visions he experiences as he dies. We will record them in our minds and explain them later. This is honestly the first death march I've ever been on. And he's only been on one other, and that guy died pretty fast as he was sick. And he kind of just died halfway through, and they considered it a completed death march. So, yes. And then the one of the hunched over figures just says, yeah, and all he ever talked about was how much pain he was in and how he didn't see any light when he died. It made me kind of scared, but then other people talked about their death marches and the things they heard and about how Sifithrax's heat was filling their bodies as they died. It kind of inspired me again, and I'm ready for my death march.
I can help with that. I'll kind of like tease as I tap on my sword.
No. I cannot be killed. It has to be natural. Unless you wish to burn me, of course. Burning works, but as we are in a forest, I would rather you not burn me.
And then the youngest one speaks up again and just says,
Yes, we do not wish to be murdered. We do not wish to be killed. It is that we wish to die and return to nature. And this particular way of death needs to be slow so that it can naturally rejoin with nature. He hasn't eaten in 3 days, and he is on his way to death as we speak.
and he just says,
Yes, it should only be a few days now. I am growing rather weak, and this is helping me regain some energy. Sifithrak, thank you.
the youngest one then speaks up again and just says,
But we are approaching our site, and we'll be hopping off of this soon. We thank you for allowing us to quicken our step and regain some energy. Would you like to join us for our ritual? We'll be sitting there for 3 days and watching this man die. It should finish before that, but then we have rites to complete, and those rites include additioning adornments to him so that he may properly join with the nature around him. It's a whole process. Would you like to help? We will gladly show you.
I think we've got things to do.
Are you sure? No, well, I do see the Freehelm Guild symbol on your chest. Very well, very well.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I'm gonna blow my nose real fast.
I was kind of interested, just saying. That wolf's asleep over there, so it doesn't matter.
That sucks that Wolf didn't hear a single bit of this.
No, but it is recorded, so he can go hear it.
He can, true. So with that, they all hop out. You see, one of them, the other hunched over figure, the one that's hasn't really spoken up much, does go,
Oh, yes, I forgot. I can give you something.
and he starts hitting his chest and coughing, and he just coughs up a large diamond.
I couldn't digest this that well, so you can have it if you want.
Fine. Cool.
You can add a 250 gold diamond to your inventory.
The fuck? I was the one that made him like us.
He just like hands it to whoever grabs it. And if you want to grab it, you can. You can be the one to yoink it. He's just
Yeah,
handing it to you guys, so you can be the one to yoink it if you want.
I'm milking it.
All right, you're snatching it. It is now in your inventory, sir. So with that, um, Wolf, we're coming to the end of your carriage ride, so we're gonna need someone to cover for like the last hour.
Just
I'm
the
We're
down.
not
down
gonna
north. I didn't.
we're not gonna
Didn't
do any
rec-
animal handling check. I just want to see who's the driver.
I will.
All right.
So what do you need a D4?
1 second. I will need you to roll a d6 actually. You don't
Five.
have your cube?
Five. No, I have it.
Roll it.
Five.
A 5. All right.
Yeah.
So, as you guys near the end of your travel and it gets close to nighttime at this point, well, like afternoon-ish, evening. The sun is beginning to set and you guys make your way pretty much towards the end of this like dense part of the forest and make your way towards the lighter part where you meet with the main road. And travel towards using the main road towards the village. This is where the both of the paths would intersect. The two paths where you guys would have been able to go from, right? So with
Mm-hmm.
this, at this point, you do see there are two carts, like two wagons, further down the road with like little candle lamps lighting the passengers and cargo on them. Um, you see one is loaded with about 15 or 16 people, all of which are women and children, save for the driver, which is a an elderly man and passengered by a young teenager with a large shield on his arm. And you see on the other cart is a couple more women and children, along with various different crates and boxes full of what looks to be like grain, food, and like useful supplies, right? Like valuables. Um, you see them all moving at a relatively breakneck pace with two horses drawing either wagon. Um, do you guys want to just get out of their way, or do you guys want to stop them? What?
How well defended are they?
Um, you only see women and children and an elderly person per wagon. That's it. You don't see any like guards or anything like that.
I want to rob them.
All right. Um, as you get that thought, uh, it's perfect because the back cart holding all the cargo with a couple of women and children on the back, um, its back wheel breaks and the cart quickly breaks to a stop. As the back wheel sort of like rolls and falls off, beginning of Red Dead 2 style. So, the other wagon, the driver turns around. The dragon in the back cart just yells them to keep going, keep going. As the cart filled with a bunch of passengers just keeps moving past you guys. You see that the elderly person that was driving this wagon and a couple of the passengers all get out and start trying to like lift the wagon, but they aren't doing a very good job. And you guys quickly approach that wagon. What do you want to do? Wolf, are you there?
Maybe the hear the goat.
Babe,
Sorry, he's just not awake, man.
kick him.
I can't. Wolf is just
Well,
dead.
he's just dead.
Wolf
Maverick's
is
gone
dead.
comatose.
Just sitting there studying, just dazed off.
Yeah, so you were reading your book, but yeah, so you guys are approaching a broken down wagon with a couple of women and children, an elderly person. Did you? So what did you guys miss?
We didn't miss anything. Wolf did. Wolf missed stuff.
Wolf missed everything.
Okay,
More
well
than likely, yeah.
then Wolf, you don't know what happened. You were just reading.
Yeah.
The other two, what do you guys
What
want to
about
do?
it?
I
Uh,
approached the people as they're trying to fix their wagon and kind of draw my sword and. All right, come on now, in line. Let's go.
You do you want to do anything, Cullen? Cullen,
do what?
do you want to do anything?
What am I doing?
Are you listening?
Yes, I am listening.
Do you want to stop Corvus or anything, or do you want to just see where this goes?
I'm gonna see where it goes.
All right. Um, as you draw your sword, the elderly person sort of like walks up and just says, "Sir, please, you can't do this. We're already on the run. We don't have much. We're just taking what we can. You can't do this, sir."
I can, and I'm gonna. Who has the key to that box?
Tell me, are you hiding your Freehelm Guild pin?
Um, where did we determine I pinned it?
I was just thinking that you probably pinned it on your chest for like anywhere like noticeable on your armor, so that people could know you're part of the Freehelm Guild.
I imagine it's kind of in the collar of my cloak, so I can just flash it if I need to.
All right.
So I guess
Um,
without so I guess without me actively displaying it, yes, it would be hidden.
but how well is the question? Hmm. Are you
As long
actively
as
trying
it
to hide it right now?
not actively, I don't guess.
I'm gonna make him do a perception check. Would you say a above a 15 would be a good enough roll to be able to see it?
Yeah, because it is on the inside of the collar, but it's still if you got a
He
good
rolled
look
a
at it,
nat 20.
there's no
Ooh.
fucking
He
way.
rolled. Okay, so I have dice that I got from a Magic the Gathering set for Lord of the Rings, right? It has the Lord of the Rings symbol that is used in Magic the Gathering as the D20 20 symbol, and I rolled that, and it landed on the fucking ring. He rolled a nat 20. So he approaches and just he sees the pin on the inside of your collar and just says, "But you, sir, you're with the Freehelm Guild. We asked for their help. We're escaping then a goblin attack, and you're coming to raid us too with them or something. What is going on?"
Wait a minute, you're the ones that sent for the goblin help?
Yes, the goblins are actively raiding our village right now. We're trying to evacuate.
We're the ones that took the job.
So you're trying to rob us after trying to help us?
I
Seems
didn't
fair to
know it
me.
was you.
So you're just gonna rob the first bloody people you see trying to run?
Yep.
I can't
Kind of
help you,
people
sir.
trying to help. He quickly goes back over to trying to lift the wagon again, trying to get the wagon's wheel back on. Don't worry about us. Just keep moving. Go to the village. They need help.
Why am I still tempted to rob them?
Oh man, it's you're so lucky that he saw that and pointed that out, because if he didn't, you guys would have robbed the same people you would have helped, and word would have spread of like a contradictory story of like a group of people matching your exact description, robbing a bunch of like weary people evacuating a village, and then the exact same people helping the village. Anyways,
That would have been that would have been great though.
so what
Would
do you
have
guys
been
want to do? You
great.
guys want to just
Little
keep,
full
keep
circle.
driving, or do you guys want to do?
How far?
Yeah, I guess we'll just keep driving.
Yeah.
All right, you guys keep on driving. And as you guys continue on driving, about 30 minutes pass, and you see a small like glow on the horizon in the forest, and through the trees as well. And a few minutes pass before you make your way to a large clearing that has various hills going all through it. And on top of each hill is like a different house with like land all around it, sort of acting as like a small farm or a blacksmithery, like a smith. There's also like a masonry station in some areas, but you do see the majority of the village is currently on fire. There is a large number of goblins scattered around. You see a small group of goblins stabbing a woman to death with a couple of spears. You see another group sort of like grabbing a small child and then like hanging him by some like rope over a fire. This child already having his throat slit. And you see a group of goblins currently attacking a couple of guards, town guards that you guys would recognize as copper guards, based on their attire, which is mostly hobbled from like poor man's materials, like a pot helmet that has been like the handle's been chopped off and it's been slightly shaped to better fit a head. Just bits of like pan armor, nothing that is like actually legitimately armor, but mostly stuff that has been fashioned into armor for a militia sort of guard. And you see they have like pitchforks and stuff as like spears, and they're trying to fight off the goblins best they can. You see one of them is already missing a hand and is just like using a large like chef's knife, is trying to like fight off goblins. You see the other one is like stepping in front trying to defend his friend, and he has like various cuts all over him. He is barely standing. The goblins themselves, you do see that there are a few dead goblins amongst the littered corpses in this whole area. But for the most
And
part,
how
there is
far?
more dead humans than there is goblins, and these goblins are currently still attacking these guards. The guards are currently in the main road, about 20 feet from you guys as you guys get to this clearing.
Okay. As we get to the clearing, I want to go ahead and use one of my cleric. What are these called? Light domain spells.
All right.
I want to use Radiance and Dawn as a magic action.
What does that do?
You present your holy symbol and emit a flash of light in a 30-foot emanation originating from yourself. Any magical darkness is dispelled, and each creature of my choice must make a DC 9 Constitution saving throw or take 2d10 plus 3 radiant damage on a failed save.
1 second. All right. So you're gonna go ahead and use that.
Yeah,
Um,
and that uses one of my channel divinities. I have two of those.
you have two channel divinities. I was about to ask you.
Yeah.
All right. So you're gonna go ahead and use one. There's You know what? It's currently midnight for you guys, so we're gonna go ahead and cut it there. We're gonna say that we're gonna pick up this combat next session.
Okay. I do want to say though, like when I go to pull, because it is so dark, I'm not pulling sunlight. I'm pulling moonlight.
Well, we'll get to that. We'll get to that next session, sir. Next
Okay.
session.
Okay. Or well, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we'll get to that next session. Don't worry. Don't worry. We'll have stuff happen. Anyways, that's it for tonight, guys. It's 1 o'clock right now
Alright.
for me. My God,
Mhm.
that was a cool session. I like that session. That was fun.